They're off. All coming away to a good start.
And down that stretch they come. Serpent Beaver, Get away wins!
And welcome to another edition of Monmouth Racing Today. I'm your host, Mike Curci. Coming up a bit later on, we'll talk with trainers Linda Gaudet and Jane Sabelli. But right now, let's take a look back at last week. Well, Saturday was the My Frenchman Stakes, and Burn Identity had no identity crisis off the layoff. Hadn't raced since January, but the Kelly Breen trainee was super, improving to 4-for-8 lifetime. Speaking of super, it was Super Colossal, who was terrific in the Tyro. The second-time starter won easily in the 2-year-old stakes at Monmouth Park, and now looks to move on to bigger and better things for Eddie Pleasant Jr. Paco packs a punch. He had 6 more over the 3 days of racing. He has 96 for the meet, number 1 in the standings. Trevor McCarthy, outstanding as well. He had 5 winners, and Terry Pompey led all trainers with 4 winners in 3 days. Coming up next, we'll talk with trainer Linda Gaudet as Monmouth Racing Today rolls on. Monmouth Park's historic Partier luxury boxes offer the best seat in the house and are available to rent most race days. Each box seats 6 and includes waitress service and a la carte menu in addition to picturesque views of the track. Bring your friends or family and enjoy the first luxury boxes built at any sporting event in the country. For Partier rental information, log on to monmouthpark.com or contact the group sales office. We are back here on Monmouth Racing Today and pleased to have Linda Gaudet alongside, who recently saddled a first-time starter by Majestic Perfection, who's certainly making a name for himself as a sire now, and this one was heavenly perfect, wire to wire. What were you expecting? The works were good coming in, but she raced like a pro.
She did. She's been very professional in the morning. She's really, she had us nervous today. We wanted everything to go right, but you know, we are always apprehensive about a 2-year-old first-time starter, and she was very ladylike. Did everything perfectly.
What's it like when you have a horse on the lead like that, turning for home?
I didn't watch. I will tell you, I didn't pick my head up till the quarter pole. So.
And fair enough, but exciting to see that first score. I mean, you put in all that hard work. You said that she's been a pro all along, and she gets this first win. What do you do with her next? I mean, you've trained some good ones in the past. Does she have the ability maybe down the road to maybe step up against some real good ones?
Let's hope so. I mean, she's Delaware certified. There's a little stake in September at Delaware. We'll go for an A other than maybe here. You know, we wanted to, the maiden special weights here, you can get some real tough fillies. So we just thought we'd make it a little bit easier on her, go for the 50 and, you know, see what we had. And she did it very nicely today. We were very pleased.
All right, Linda, tell me a little bit more about how you began in racing. It runs in the family, doesn't it?
It runs in the family, yeah. I met my husband a long time ago. We've been married a long time. We have 2 lovely daughters. Lacey, who's done most of the grunt work with this filly, I got to give her all the credit. She's been here all summer with her, and she's done a terrific job. She loves the game. And then we thought we'd have one normal daughter, and Gabby, and she'd do something, you know, in the real world. But now she's a, you know, a racing analyst at Laurel and now at Arlington Park for the summer. So, yeah, we're really horse-oriented, I guess you'd say.
How about the rest of the barn right now? 15 head here at Monmouth Park?
Yeah, we came in with probably 6 or 7. We've claimed quite a few, have had a little trouble getting them back in races that we wanted to. But so far, we like what we've claimed. We claimed another one today. So we're just kind of, you know, biding our time. We got to find the right places for them.
When you take a look at a young horse, what do you look for?
We love going to the owner sales. That's our forte. I mean, always has been. My husband Ed, he taught us the best way of looking at young horses, and it's wonderful. That's what we like to do the most. We bought this filly at Timonium, didn't give a lot of money for, but we go through the barns, we go through the, we go through the pedigree some, but it's more the individual, because you certainly wouldn't, set your sights on this filly. The bottom side is mediocre, and it's a young stallion, but when you see them, and she was a little small, but she was very well made and just had air about her. So she's grown a lot. She's a big, pretty filly right now. So we're pleased with our purchase.
Any other horse in the barn to keep an eye out for from the Gaudet stable?
We have a nice 2-year-old colt that just came up here of Mr. Bailey's, and he is he's by Rock Hard 10, and he's probably about 3 or 4 works away. So we hope the same for him. He's the same way, very smart, doesn't has given us no problems, and that's what you hope with 2-year-olds. When they start giving you trouble, we're all in trouble. So.
Mr. Bailey, of course, Morris Bailey, who we all know here in New Jersey and beyond, and he obviously loves his horse racing as well. What about this colt? What's his name? We have a name for him yet?
His name is Doggone It.
All right.
The mare's name was She'll Be Doggone, who he raced, and she was undefeated. Had a really rough trip in one of the 3-year-old filly stakes in the spring of her 3-year-old year, and had a collision in the race and broke a bone in her foot. So he retired her and bred her, and this is the second foal. The first foal she won on her 3rd start, and she can run a little bit, but she's a very small filly. This is a big, grand-looking colt.
And when do you expect Doggone It to be racing? Would it be here in Monmouth?
Hopefully before the end of the meet. That's why we brought him here. So Mr. Bailey would love for him to run here before the end of the meet. Yes.
All right, Linda, thanks so much for the time.
Thank
we
you.
appreciate it. And congratulations on the nice win with the 2-year-old. And you can go back and celebrate.
Breath.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right, Linda Gaudet here on Monmouth Racing Today. Brand new for the 2014 racing season, the William Hill Race and Sports Bar is located on the first floor of the grandstand and features over 100 flat-screen HD TVs and a lavish granite-top bar. Stop in any live racing day to play our season-long free sports contest for the chance to win great prizes. It's the perfect place to watch the big race or the big game. The new William Hill Race and Sports Bar at beautiful Monmouth Park. Welcome back to Monmouth Racing Today. Alongside is 2-time Monmouth training champion Jane Sibeli, back for another season and a successful one so far. And Rosebriar coming off a victory. I know you wanted to see what that one can do before going back into stakes company, but a recent win, I think, proves that this horse can race in stakes company.
Well, yes, he can, and as it turns out, we did exactly the right thing, because we had thought about going into the Ocean Port last week, and it was graded and this and that. So I said, well, look, let's get the 3 other then out of the way first, and then we can look to stakes company. So, of course, now that's what we're doing. So we got the win, now we're looking to stakes company, so we came out in the right order,
You have anything in mind for him?
There's a stake over at Laurel Park on September the 6th. It's 100,000, ungraded, mile 16th on the turf. So I think that's probably a pretty good start. We'll see where he goes from there.
Speaking of starts, let's go back to the beginning and our fans caught up on how you started in the business. But it wasn't here in the United States, was it?
No, it was in England, so the accent kind of gives me away. But, well, actually, my foundation was with show horses and stadium jumpers, show jumping. And that's really what I wanted to do, and it's very, very hard to break into that business. So as a late teenager, after I left school, I realized that racing was probably where it was at. If I wanted a career with horses, it was going to be with racing. So and then of course I spent a few years in the racing game and caught the bug and never looked back.
And eventually won 2 consecutive training championships here in 2011 with 32 winners, followed it up in 2012 as well. I'm sure you're very proud of that.
Yes, I am. It's quite an achievement.
How do you go about winning a training championship? Obviously, you have to have enough horses running at the same time, but they got to all be running, ready to win.
Well, the stars have to align. I mean, I don't think anybody goes out with the intention of winning a title, and you have to have the right kind of horses and the right mix, and you have to have claimers. You've got to be. If you notice, most leading trainers are claiming trainers, and the reason is because you claim a horse for 20,000, say, the chances are you're going to run him back for 20, and you claimed him for 20, so you think he was worth that. So the odds are in your favour that you're going to win with him when you bring him back. Now, if you're training for breeders, which my business has kind of gone over towards the breeding end of things now, because I really wanted to deal with young horses, and so that's why I don't win at the rate that I was, and it's because you're dealing with breeders, and they're not going to go through all the money, time, and everything else of breeding a mare, having a baby, this, that, and the other, and then saying first time out, well, let's run him for maiden 10,000 because that's where he can win. So you end up trying him in different spots until you find his level.
Do you enjoy that more?
I do. I like developing young horses, yeah. I mean, I don't mind claiming horses, don't get me wrong. I mean, I like claiming horses. I train for Panic Stable, and he is a great, great owner. But he claims, we discuss everything we claim. There's no real pressure. If you claim a bad one, he's not sort of giving you a hard time over it. And I mean, some claiming owners can be, they're pressure. There's a lot of pressure. So I don't miss that end of it at all.
One of the best you've ever had was Chirac, 2009, won the Skip Away, then also won the Grade 3 Island. Talk about that one.
Oh, he was phenomenal. That horse was just a great horse. And again, I mean, I got him as a young horse. I started him out, and we developed him, went through the stages, and developed him slowly. Went through the allowance conditions before we put him into a stakes company. And then, of course, he went graded, and it was a magical summer that year. It really was.
And how about the future? You say you have some 2-year-olds that you're developing. Are you excited about any in the barn?
Yes, I am, and I've developed this syndicate, Goodwood, and we go to the sales every year and buy yearlings mostly from Keeneland. And I really enjoy that, and most of the people in that are existing owners, but they own large parts of it, so you're not dealing with a lot of different owners. And yes, I enjoy developing the youngsters, and we've got 3 2-year-olds coming up this year. We've got one in tomorrow, Super Spender, and we have Majestic Z and Red Sachet that will run later on in the month, and they're doing very well.
All right, we'll keep an eye on those. And again, thanks so much for joining us here on Monmouth Racing Today, and continued success.
Thank you, Mike.
All right, Jane Sabelli here on Monmouth Racing Today. More to come. Tired of standing in line to place a bet? Monmouth Park's mobile wagering platform eliminates lines and brings wagering directly to your mobile device. Sign up is simple, takes less than a minute, and can be done at any mutual teller. Simply deposit your daily bankroll and your mobile account is instantly created, allowing you to bet all day from the comfort of your picnic table, grandstand seat, or parterre. For more information, stop by any guest service or welcome center. We are back here at Monmouth Racing Today, and a look at some horses to watch from this corner today. Brian Skirko alongside. And Brian, first of all, let's talk about what's happening here in 2 weeks to get people excited about the food things going on around here.
Yeah, we still have plenty to go food-wise for the rest of the year. August 16th and 17th, we'll kick it off with our Shore Chef Crab Cake Cook-Off. Probably a half dozen or so seafood vendors, plus your normal, the food vendors who are always here. Really good day, Saturday, Sunday. Hope for good weather. We'll get a big crowd and a lot of great food.
All right, that's coming up, of course, the following week here at Monmouth Park. Right now, though, let's take a look at some horses to watch from your corner. Who have you been looking at?
Sure, I'm going to take 3 horses from Haskell Day. A Sunset District, the first, ran race 5 on Haskell Day, was coming off of a maiden win up into allowance competition, was the favorite that day, did not run a lick, was flat as a pancake. I'm going to give him another shot, though, coming back next time. In his first 2 starts, he ran against I Wish You Well and Encryption, 2 horses who were in the Haskell. He's definitely been keeping top competition. I don't know why he did not run his race on Sunday, but I'll give him another look next time out. Irish Mission, who was second in the WinStar Matchmakers, the second one I'm going to look at. She was second that day, a wide trip all the way throughout, and I still think that race was a little too short for her. I'm going to look for her when she stretches out for Christophe Clement in the fall, maybe one of those big races up at Woodbine. And the third horse coming out of the Haskell, I'm going to keep my eye on Just Call Kenny. He was too far back, I thought, especially the way the track was playing. The pace was slow. He couldn't really rally into it, and he got some traffic trouble as well. The filly kind of interfered with him a little bit throughout the stretch. He'll be third off a layoff next time out, and I'm looking for him to run huge. Alec
Connections, we're thinking of possibly the Pennsylvania Derby, so we'll see if that plays out, and that could be a really good spot for Just Call Kenny. In this corner, I'm going to go with Mama's Favorite as one of my horses to watch. Finished a respectable second against very good maiden company first here on August 2nd. She was training well, should move forward here for Kathy Mungeon. Stiffed, hails from the barn of John Mazza, won for the second straight time in just 3 career starts. This 3-year-old daughter of Stephen Got Even was visually impressive in both victories and could be stakes material down the road. And Heavenly Perfect could take the next step after an impressive maiden score last Saturday. She went wire to wire out of the damn Good Heavens, who was unraced, but now all 4 of her starters are winners, including the stakes placed Rough and Royal. That one banked over $100,000. And by the way, the sire Majestic Perfection is getting some pretty good results from his young runners. So it's really great to see these 2-year-olds come out and take center stage here, and we've seen some good ones over the past week or two.
Yeah, no, the racing racing just keeps getting better. Haskell Day was a really, really great day, but the racing is still good. Now we get into the kind of looking towards next year. The younger horses are coming. Big races still obviously to go in the fall, but now the 2-year-olds take center stage, and it'll be an interesting rest of the year.
All right, Brian, thanks so much, and we'll talk to you next week.
You got it, Mike.
Brian Skirka here with you, along with Mike Curci. We'll be right back. Monmouth Park's historic Partier luxury boxes offer the best seat in the house and are available to rent most race days. Each box seats 6 and includes waitress service and a la carte menu in addition to picturesque views of the track. Bring your friends or family and enjoy the first luxury boxes built at any sporting event in the country. For Partier rental information, log on to monmouthpark.com or contact the group sales office. And that'll put a wrap on this week's edition of Monmouth Racing Today. We hope to see you at the races.
They're off. All coming away to a good start.
And down the stretch they go.